The one I want to let's do the chin. So chin allegedly destroyed Brendan's Jeep, but I think it's a lie. I think Brendan's Jeep was already destroyed when Chin got it. But it also goes to show you that Chin is like struggling, isn't it? He has to borrow Brendan's car and stuff. What's wrong with these fucking Prius?
What happened, buddy?
I'm glad you asked. So I let Chin borrow my Jeep, right?
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
Here we go.
I remember you let him borrow your Jeep because
Remember
the
that?
snow.
The snow, right? And it has the big 40-inch tires on it.
Yeah,
he's racing around the snow.
Sure.
Jesus Christ! I just checked the dislike ratio. Look at the dislike ratio. Look at the dislike ratio, brothers. 2.7 thousand dislikes to 805 likes. That is fucking brutal. I think that has more to do with Brian's, horrible explanation for his terrible fucking Epstein take. That is a crazy ratio. Fucking hell, Brian. Brian's single-handedly tanking TFATK. It's already tanked anyway, but Brian's doing a good job of really, really, really tanking the show. God almighty. Whatever fans they have left are leaving. Crazy.
Now, the thing about my cars and trucks is they're just not your normal cars and trucks, right? I mod them out. They're particular vehicles.
Yeah.
That's normal. Yeah? You
so on that Jeep, I probably should have gave Chin a heads up, but on that Jeep, it burns through oil. It has the high ram intake manifold on it. It has a bunch of engine work done on it.
Jeez.
On the 392.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure the oil levels are all good.
I would never have thought of that.
Yeah, right? You got to make sure they're all good, right?
If that's the case, why would you let him borrow the car without making sure the levels are good before you give it to him, or telling him before he takes the car, hey, make sure you get the oil done up. Make sure you put more oil in this. What type of oil? Here's a list. I mean, like, why would you let somebody borrow your car that's allegedly very particular because of the mods you do to it, and not give them any heads up about, hey, by the way, this car is this. It's a 4-wheel drive, so watch out for this. It's this, it's that. That left seat does this, whatever. It's just a basic heads up. Why wouldn't you tell somebody that? Not even for their sake, but just to protect whatever you own, because you cherish your car, right? You want someone to look after it and not break it. So you tell them, hey, could you blah, 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 when you get it. Or to make it really safe and to make sure all the bases are covered, you fucking fill up the oil before you give it to them.
And the oil levels you change every 5,000 miles.
You should probably do it sooner than that if you give a flying fuck about your car, but sure, I guess for
3,000.
3,000 is the normal, yeah.
Okay.
3,000.
Nowadays,
I would do for what I do about every 1,500 because I like my stuff.
Okay, so you like to
longevity,
keep
and there's a lot of horsepower. Yeah, so
yeah, sure.
So I let Chin borrow it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Chin had it 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But it's sitting in the garage.
Yeah, sure. Sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
So I text Chin because my kid's baseball stuff is in the back of the Jeep. I go, you know what? I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. He goes, cool, I'm going to fill it up.
Yeah.
So Chin fills up with 93 gas, which is, I appreciate
the highest you can get. Yeah.
The best, man. Thank you. So I pick it up, right? My girl
instant cuck move by Chin there.
Drops me off. I'm going down the road. It's going, and there's smoke. I'm like, I call Chin. I go, hey, man, when you were driving the Jeep, was there any issue? He goes, not really. I just drove around town, but when I stepped on the gas, it acted a little funky. I'm like, right. Did you check the oil? He's like, no, why would I check the oil?
You didn't ask me if I checked the oil.
So the check engine light's on.
No, there was no lights on.
There is.
Okay.
It came to you with a check engine light on. Now, I'm not blaming.
It came to you with a check engine light on. So why didn't you make sure you checked the engine before he drove it? Is this guy an idiot? Probably a rhetorical question, but why would you borrow somebody your car with the check engine light on and not make sure you check the engine and fix whatever needs to be fixed before they drove it? To put your mind at rest, to make sure they're comfortable. Like, what the fuck is this?
Chin for this, but because it is what it is.
As
no, Brian, let me tell you what happened. So there was no oil in the engine. So the engine blew, Bubba.
Oh, that's it.
Now when
I'm just gonna say this just as a heads up, right? Like, this is a good example why this guy doesn't have friends in it. I think it's a good example as to why this guy doesn't have friends. This is the type of thing that if it did happen the way he said it happened, you wouldn't bring this up like this, because you're putting Chin in a weird, awkward position. Because now what? Is he obliged to get it fixed? Is he obliged to pay for the new engine? Or whatever's happened wrong to the car, whatever's broken? Because he's going to feel guilty, and Chin's obviously a bit of a cuck and, you know, a little bit fucking, you know, lacking in backbone, and sees Brendan as his big brother, and he, you know, he kind of is very, you know, he kind of defers to them and is always very fucking humble and meek and stuff. So he's going to feel really guilty about this, right? He's going to want to pay for it. But you wouldn't do this because that's your quote unquote friend, so you wouldn't want to make them feel that way. So you just suck it up. If that was your case, if that was actually your actual friend, right, and that happened, you would actually be annoyed at yourself for not making sure you check the engine light, or check the engine when the check engine light went off to make sure the oil levels were good and everything else was good before you landed the car. You just suck up because you wouldn't want to make the relationship awkward. If you did want to make it awkward, you'd say it, but you wouldn't say it this way. So this is a real cunty way about how he's going about things, you know? It's unnecessary. I personally doubt this is the truth. I don't think this is the truth. I think he's kind of lying about what happened. And I think in general, Brendan did play a role in the car, you know, whatever. Because if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't even drive that car that often. I don't think that's his daily driver. I think he lent Chin that like pink, sort of like pink, violet, whatever colored Jeep. I don't think that's his daily driver. I don't think so. So it probably hasn't been driven around for a long time. Whatever mods he's done to it probably fucked it anyway, right? Loads of aftermarket mods just for the sake of it that don't really, you know, none of these cars are really fast anyway, right? All these mods he does to his cars to make them sound aggressive, but they're not even fast. They don't look fast. They don't look like they're fun to drive. They kind of look like, you know, I don't know if it's me in the clips, and I don't know much about cars, but he spends a lot of money on these mods, but they don't really do much for the actual performance, it feels like.
When I say blue, the cylinders, the heads, the lifters, all came undone. It's totaled.
Jesus Christ.
The engine. It had 4,000 miles. It's a 392 Hemi V8.
I've never seen Chin so quiet. I don't know if this is even true. I don't even know if this is even fucking true. But this is so uncomfortable, so unnecessary. Chin doesn't deserve this, man. Chin doesn't deserve this. I give Chin a lot of fucking stick. He doesn't deserve this, man. He doesn't deserve this. Fucking hell.
So the engine. Was there
not Chin's fault?
No, but what?
But you still feel a certain way. That's why.
Well, you didn't put oil in it before you gave it to him.
Exactly.
No, I always put oil in it.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention to Chin.
Yeah,
make sure the oil's okay.
You see how much of a dickhead he is? I think that's narcissistic vibe. He hasn't taken really responsibility, and he hasn't taken accountability. He's still making it seem like it's Chin's fault. You gave him this car that's special, that has this mods, that should be treated in a certain way without any oil in it. Chin drives a fucking Prius every day, normally. You should maybe tell him how to handle a car that you think is a bit more, you know, whatever, requires a delicate touch, is, you know, has a higher level of performance, is a little bit particular, whatever it may be. Just tell him, innit? I don't like, how is it that hard?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have thought
the engine.
When I borrow a car, I never think about the oil.
That's good. I'm glad Brian said that. Normal people don't think about that if you borrow a car of your friend. What you're meant to do is think about the petrol and shit, right? You just top up the petrol. That's what normal people do, right? When they borrow a friend's car. You borrow a friend's car, he gives you a car with half a tank of gas in it, you drive it around for however long you drive it around, you return it back with a full tank of gas. That's what you do to as a kind of like a thank you. Thank you, man. You sorted me out, helped me with the car in the time that I needed it. Here's your car back. In its same condition, the rims aren't scratched up from, you know, rubbing against the fucking curb, and I've also filled up with a full tank of gas, full tank of petrol. That's what normal people do. But if particulars like, I don't know, the fucking oil and shit, you as the owner would do that. Why would I as a borrower be thinking about the oil? Like maybe if I don't know, maybe again, like why would you lend somebody your car if it's got a check engine light issue anyway, you know? Like that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
You know what? My thing is, I forgot, like I thought Jim was gonna use it for a day, so I was like, I'll get it back tomorrow.
When was the last time it burns through oil very quickly?
Yeah, big time.
Damn.
So maybe those mods you do aren't great then, isn't it? Why would you have mods in your car that burn through oil that quickly? Like if it's meant to be like a daily driver, something that you take your kids to baseball in and stuff. Like why would that mod be a thing that you kind of go for? I don't understand that even.
Yeah.
So let's see. I drove it to work and back 2 times, and it's just sitting in. And Brendan even asked me like, how come you didn't bring the Jeep? I'm like, I don't want to drive it.
Yeah.
Just take my car. The snow's melted. So
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you don't oil your engine.
Engine's blown.
That's such a problem.
So I was.
So that's
But when he says blown, it's like your car wouldn't move really if it's blown.
No,
So
it can.
I remember.
No, it can.
Okay, but when I was driving, I just.
So he said the car's totaled, the engine blew, gaskets, all this malarkey, pistons flying all over the place, but it still moves. How can your car move if the engine's blown? What the fuck are you saying right now? Is the engine blown or not?
I remember thinking like, the first day was fine. Second day, I was like, I remember like when I hit the gas, it went vroom, but then it was fine. I don't drive fast, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm just driving regularly, and it was perfectly fine. So then when Brendan called me, I was like,
We know he doesn't drive fast because he's Asian. Get it? Get it?
he goes, did you feel something weird? I'm like, yeah, like twice. When I hit the gas.
That's how I would be. I'd be like, oh.
When I hit the gas, it did this weird thing, and it didn't feel like this. It was
Well, it's a
shifting
modified
correctly.
engine, so you figure maybe it's just kind of being uppity. I don't know.
Yeah.
So-
if you
so-
heard the engine, it sounds.
So now what
crazy.
is the damage?
Oh, I got to replace the engine.
You gotta
That just
replace
sucks.
the
That's
engine.
that's horrible.
Big up Chin, by the way. Big up Chin. It doesn't sound like he's offering to pay. That sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry that happened to you. Big up Chin. He's not offering to pay. Well done, Chin. Good boy. Good fucking boy. He's not offering to pay, though. It doesn't feel like it. He's like, I do enough for you fuckers. I moved to Texas for you motherfuckers. You didn't put me up anywhere. You didn't help me with my transition. I had to stay in fucking Airbnb. Like, he's like, look, fuck you. You know? Fuck you. So I like what Chin's doing here. Well fucking done, bro. Well done. He's not budging. Hey, it was fine when I was driving it. When I gave it to you, maybe you blew it up. Maybe your fucking heavy foot. Maybe your fucking fat tongue did something to it. You know what I mean?
What's that going to cost?
I got friends in high places, so I'll figure it out. I'll get a better engine in there.
Wow.
It's on a truck bed. They're literally.
Chin feels awful, innit? Chin feels awful. Like, you can't help it. Look at his face. Chin feels awful. Look at his face. Look at his little face. Oh, he feels so bad.
Picking up right now.
As Jocko Willick says, good.
Good, but yeah, I'll put a badass engine there. I'll put like a 426 Hemi twin turbo or something.
Wow.
That'd be cool.
All right.
Maybe just put an engine in it that doesn't burn through oil, brother. Honestly, all of this fucking Hemi, this, that, like his cars don't even move fast. I don't know what it is. Is it about the interior? His cars don't look like they go fast. It doesn't improve the 0 to 60 time. It doesn't look quick around the corners or tight around the corners. I don't know. They just sound really mental, right? They sound crazy. Maybe that's the trend. Maybe that's an American thing with pickup trucks. You just want them to sound really intimidating, but they don't seem like they perform that well. Just put an engine in it that doesn't burn through crazy amounts of oil. Put an engine in the car that maybe increases its speed, if that's even a thing, right? Or maybe improves its handling, gives it better fucking ability to fucking bend, pop round corners, whatever. But all this fucking shit is stupid. But big up Chin for not budging and not feeling guilty enough to offer to pay. Big up Chin.
I would say for someone to find out that it's best that I had it in my hands, just sitting in a garage rather than like trying to drive somewhere.
I remember I brought lent Lex my car, and he's a little blind.
No, so he had LASIK since, but Brian was, and Lex, a long time manager, has been with me like 20 years. He was legally blind in his left eye. The horrible driver out there, he can't see. Brian goes, Lex came to town, he goes, dude, just take my car. I look at Brian and go, buddy, he can't really see. I wouldn't do that.
I was like,
yeah, it's not a big deal. Lex hit a dude on a motorcycle and destroyed your car. Literally within 5 minutes of driving.
He was so upset about it, and I was like, I don't give a shit, dude. It's my
it
car.
wasn't too bad, and the guy on the motorcycle was all right, but he literally was like, clunk.
Yeah, I felt bad for Lex because he was so upset about telling me. And I was like, dude, it is what it is.
Dude, Lex got really sick.
Brian, innit? Brian coming from a rich family. Don't worry, it's okay. You can scratch my Tesla. I'll get another one. He goes to fucking Daddy Michael Callan, gets him another one. Another example as to why he's so detached from reality. Anyway, that's that clip there. Big up Chin though for not budging. Big up Chin for not budging. I appreciate Chin for not budging there. I appreciate Chin for not budging. There's a COVID recap. No, I'm not talking. I'm not. Let's check that. They talk about COVID again. COVID.
for 19 days, and I just kept being like, I got this. I'm going to do some deadlift. I'm going to do a hike. And then,
All right, what else you got, Jen?
I mean, when we had COVID, me and Brian would check up on me constantly. Like, how do you feel today? I'm like, dude, remember it was the weirdest feeling too. There was a headache that was going like.
it'd go from my legs
waves,
to my back to my neck to my head.
That's weird. It's like COVID only affected bitches.
No, older. The older
Didn't
you were,
affect me, dude.
You were young. The older
Bro,
you were,
wasn't that young.
no, but the
I was in my
older you were,
mid-30s.
like it was the I guess the more severe.
Didn't he catch COVID like 4 times and he was sick? Clearly, like I remember when he kept trying to say that the COVID improved his cardio. COVID improved his cardio or something. Honestly, he's so unlikable, isn't it? He's so fucking unlikable, Brandon. He does really a good job of just being. It's just his nature, isn't it? He just comes across as a very unlikable person.
Here it was.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it killed all
I've
the
had
people.
worse allergy attacks. That shit wasn't.
I got so bad. I was coughing so hard that I did.
You
call my
you
friends
were
the doctor.
you were coughing so.
I remember.
Coughing. Do you say coughing or not coughing? He can't pronounce coughing correctly. What is wrong with this man?
So bad. I was coughing so hard that I did.
You
call my friends the doctor.
you were coughing.
Coughing. He said coughing. Bad Bunny, why is he performing at the fucking NFL Super Bowl, sorry. We need fucking English speaking people. Fuck fucking Spanish. Who gives a fuck about that shit? Reggaeton sucks. La. Brother, you can't pronounce coughing. Oh, sorry. You can't, I said it wrong. You can't pronounce fucking coughing.
That shit wasn't.
I got so bad. I was coughing so hard that I did. Call my
you
friends the doctor.
were coughing so.
I remember.
You were coughing, you know. Yeah, big up Cuffham. Big up fucking Cuffham.
I was worried about you too. You seem like you were really, really bad.
I had to call my doctor, and he goes, "Can you count?"
Some of Brian's alleged victims were probably hoping it was fucking fatal, innit? I'd imagine some of Brian's alleged victims were probably hoping when Brian caught COVID that it would be fatal. Unfortunately, it was not.
Down to 20. You know, I did. He goes, "You're fine."
Interesting.
Thanks, Doc.
Literally, he goes, "Can you?" Because he was in the front lines. He was there with all people getting intubated and dying. It was kind of crazy.
Cool. Anyway, horrible topic, by the way. Fucking hell.